Tshabala bafeto ke nako ile the corner le blayo le go take bucks wa mona wa tsene wa le ke no tlo le connect le tsene ke taba tsa music le bontsha go itse ke nne le tshwere information engwe gefe blind wa bona tla go tshwantse o tla le Tshabala phagama o se ditlo tsa go phagama ntja re bona gore ntle ke dintshang ka wena wa bona nna ha le sa tla le ka nna ke tla le ka lona otherwise tshwantse le tla le ka nna because ha le sa tla le la dutla mara otherwise nna ke dula ke tletse ka lona because why le support ka free wifi le data sani yo I would make such a whack le panzola guys. I am too much of a snob. Anyway, sala bona ke dirile yana ke patle bohlaswa go blind ka hii. Before I get into the show though, check what I'm wearing. Believe in your selfie fam. This is an original David Tshabala piece from the Mr. Price Project's t-shirt line. I really love what this boy is doing, man. He's pushing out there, making great strides and cementing his name in the creative industry. David, you inspire me every single time, fam. From the what's that thing of yours? The Dictionary of Cool, yeah, something like that. Go out and support this boy, man. And don't only support David, go out and support all the other artists as well, because it's great to see young artists being supported by all these big corporates to launch their names out into the world and let them be great. Otherwise, get this stuff. I'm going to drop a link down below so you can go and get the t-shirt from all the Mr. Price stores that it's at. Otherwise, order online and stuff like that. I'm talking too much. But otherwise, I am really proud of this boy for what he's done, and I'm rocking it proudly, slaying Goliath. Anyway, welcome to the show. I know it's been a while since I've posted. Sorry about that. Life has been happening, but life will continue happening, and I'll try by all means to make sure that I keep the shows consistent as possible. We are about to have a super show today. I'm going to be telling you about some great music that has just come out. Some of it you might know already, but hey, if you don't know about it already, you're going to catch it right here. Let me not waste any time and get into Lenane Wala Corner. Alright, now first up on the menu, no tigolo. That's my man. That's my man. Woo! Phonte, baby. As you should know by now, Phonte Coleman, Mr. New Tigolo, the other half of Little Brother and Foreign Exchange, has released his follow-up to Charity Starts at Home, and as can be expected, classic Phonte, lyrical Phonte, smooth melodic Phonte, hard and composed Phonte. I mean, this is the Phonte that we know, that told us that you don't need a new style. Being dope is always in fashion. And he showed us again with this album that being dope is always in fashion. Now, Phonte is one of my favorite MCs of all time. In fact, he's one of those MCs that I look at and I wish I could, be like him, because I like his style, I like his swagger, I like everything about him, and, his personality and all of that. Plus, we kind of look alike. I just don't have the hair. Anyway, shortly after he released Charity Starts at Home, he had said something about stopping to rap because he just felt that, hip-hop is a young man's game, or whatever the case may be. He just wants to focus on the Foreign Exchange and the singing and the R&B. And that was cool, but a lot of me was disappointed, because I love rapping Phonte. I really love his rhyme schemes. I love his style. I love him as an MC more. That's just how I feel about the dude. And part of me was disappointed. And then when he announced that he was going to drop No News is Good News shortly after Tigolero, I was just hoping for this album to be more of a hip-hop album than it is an R&B album, because if I want an R&B album, I know where to go, and that is the Foreign Exchange. You know what I'm saying? So I was really hoping, and then this just dropped out of the blue. He just announced on Instagram, and we went on to listen. I was like, please give me a hip-hop album, and I got exactly that. Phonte is doing what Phonte does best, and that is lace those dope-ass rhymes like nobody else but Phonte could. Classic album. Nothing short of it. You can't minus or subtract, same thing. But anyway, you can't minus or add anything to it. It is just a pure, perfect album, as we know Phonte to be. Now, I love this album in its entirety, from the first track to the last. It is a perfect album, and I would not want to add anything or subtract anything from it. It is just perfect exactly how it is. I have cherry-picked 2 songs that have touched me personally and that are my favorite, and that is Expensive Jeans and Cry No More. On Expensive Jeans, he's literally talking about the gene of blackness, and he kind of compares it to clothing, and then when he closes it off, it's like the most expensive gene of all. It's called blackness. You know, you need to listen to that song and how he's juxtaposed the fashion to how we think about fashion and the plight of blackness, of living in this world as a black person. That is a brilliant song, and how it's written, I can't tell you much about it. You just need to go out there, download the album, listen to it on iTunes or wherever it is that you get it, and listen to how brilliant Phonte juxtaposes these two things, man. He's just great as an MC like that. And on the other one is Cry No More. He's really gone very personal on this song, where he talks about losing his dad, growing up in the hood, and also himself being a father with all of the flaws that he comes with and all of the flaws that society kind of forces you to have, or you see happening in the world around you. And you have to be a very aware human being, an open-minded human being, to be able to put that into words, because most of us live through that stuff, and it's very difficult to put it into words because you do every day just living through it. You know what I mean? He's able to craft it into beautiful words, to paint a picture for you, and to show you that as a grown man, this is the kind of stuff that you will go through. And the last thing you have to do is, do some good. I know I fluffed, but like, do some good in this life. Do some good. Teach your kids how to survive, because it is a tough world out there. And that's the kind of stuff that kids need to hear. They need to hear what's waiting there out there for them, not bands will make a dance. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'll always love Phonte for, man. Cry No More and Expensive Jeans. Brilliant album through and through. Now, if you've been listening to Phonte for long enough, you will know that he is great friends with Eric Robertson. They've been working together for long, and they have an album together called Tigolero. You should go and check that out. Now, you will be pleased to know that Eric Robertson makes an appearance on this album on a song called Find That Love Again. Brilliant song. The two of them, just how we know them. You can't take anything away from it. You can't add to it. It is just great. Another classic R&B song that could be just chilling in there in the background while you're with Brilliant, beautiful song, man. I love it. Oh, somebody else who also makes an appearance there is Freddie Gibbs. And on a track called Sweet You, Tall Black Guy is on the production, bro. Tall Black Guy. I love that guy's production. I listened to so many of his albums. I even have one that is signed when he came down to South Africa, and it's one of my prized possessions, man. Yeah, Tall Black Guy makes an appearance there on production, and he just adds the cherry on top of No News is Good News, man. It's a brilliant album. It's classic Phonte. You can't want anything more after you hear this, even if he doesn't release another album in the future. I'm glad that Phonte gave me first Charity Starts at Home, and he gave me this album. If he didn't release this, I would still be happy, because I still had Charity Starts at Home. He's a brilliant musician, seasoned MC, and he will continue to just break boundaries and be great at what he does, man. This is Phonte Coleman, new Tigolo. I'm gonna drop a link down below so you can hear it for yourself if you haven't listened to it, and just busk in the greatness of Phonte. Moving along, I need to get into one of the most beautiful pieces of music I've ever heard listening to hip-hop music. I'm a Common fan, I'm a Robert Glasper fan, and through those two people I discovered Kareem Riggins, and they came together and made this beautiful collective called August Greene, and they released an album, and oh my god, just wow. It is just, I don't know, I can only think of one word, and that is beautiful. I can't call it classic, I can't call it hard, it's just beautiful music. And that's why I can't be too excited about it, because every time I listen to what they've done on their project, it literally just brings me close to tears, man. It's that good. Maybe it's because I'm too much of a Common fan, but it is that good. Trust me on this one. While we're on the beautifulness of this piece of music, I'm a bit pissed off, because the album dropped, and they only dropped it on Amazon Music. Why? I don't know. Maybe it's some kind of corporate deal or whatever that they got going on with Amazon. They want to make it exclusive for them for a while before they give it to the rest of us. And people were complaining. I'm still complaining till today, because I actually want this project. I just don't want to stream it on NPR. You know what I mean? I want to listen to it in my own private time and just have it, own it, buy it, do what it does to make the pots to be done. You know what I mean? And they only dropped it there, and it's still on Amazon Music. big up for them for listening, for dropping it there, but why? No explanation whatsoever. Why only there? I really don't get it. I really don't. Guys, we need this thing, man. Drop it on Apple Music or Spotify or something already. Come on now. It's been too long. We're going through withdrawals here. Release politics aside, August Greene is a beautiful project. Through and through, game down, 7 colors yakamama, whatever that you want from it, it's right there, man. It is such a musical project. I love the musicianship in it. This is just all these seasoned artists coming together that have a long history in music. Kareem Riggins, he's a stalwart on his own. Common, of course, and Robert Glasper, he's a blue note jazz pianist. What more do you want? He has been in the music industry for a very long time. We know all his releases. We know him with the Robert Glasper, Black Radio, everything. The list goes on and on and on with this guy. Now, can you imagine the magic that happens when these 3 people come together to make this collective and release the kind of music that they have? And they also introduced me to a new artist. Well, he's not really new. He's kind of been around for a while, but he's new in my realm. And this is Samora Penderhughes, who's actually a jazz artist. I went and listened to some of his songs on the releases that he's had privately, and he is just great. He's a jazz musician, also a vocalist, and he does some really interesting stuff. Now, how this project came together is just nothing short of amazing. Samora Penderhughes, he's featured on about 3 tracks if I'm not mistaken, but my favorite is Let Go. You need to listen to that, and I'm going to drop a link below so that you can check it out. At least the release is still live on NPR Music, so you can go and stream it there. If you have Wi-Fi or the fibers or the things that make the internet to be done, you can go and listen to it there while we wait for the release to go on other platforms. Now, before you listen to the digital release, make sure that you go and listen to the NPR Tiny Desk concert that they did together as August Greene. This is just a brilliant performance through and through, nothing short of amazing. Absolutely brilliant in the truest form of the word. Trust me on that. Now, on this performance, they feature one of our greatest vocalists of our time, really, and this is Andra Day. If you listen to Andra Day on her own album, she will just bring you to tears from the first time she just utters a word, you will cry. She utters a word, you cry. She utters a word, you cry. That is just how brilliant she is. And of course, they bring in the legendary Brandy on the project, singing a cover of Be Optimistic. That's an original from Sounds of Blackness, and then Common comes through with his lyricism there. They actually turn the song around. They keep the real essence of it, but then they just make it into something absolutely beautiful. And another MC/vocalist that is very underrated that is featured on that performance is Maimuna Youssef. I'm a big fan of Maimuna Youssef. I listened to the return of Mumu Fresh. I think I could be getting the name wrong, and that is a mixtape, and also an album that she released, I think it was like in 2013 or something. She is absolutely brilliant. Now, she is featured on a song called Practice with Samora Penderhughes, and she's talking about the plight of being a black woman in society right now and all the things that black women have to go through. Some really powerful lyrics that she's saying then that you have to listen to, man. This woman is just a powerhouse of note, and she has a project that has just been recently released with DJ Dummy, who's also on the project, on the performance, and it's called Vintage Babies. Go and check that out. NPR Tiny Desk performance featuring August Greene and Brandy and Samora Penderhughes and Andra Day. That will be the best 20 minutes of your life that you've had in this 2018. You know what I'm saying? August Greene doing their thing, man. Alright, and lastly, I'm bringing it right back home here in Cape Town by way of Sweden, and then it came down back to Cape Town, and then, it was Sweden and Cape Town, but the whole story kind of started here in Cape Town, and then together, and then it was Cape Town and Sweden, but it is a Cape Town project. I'm laying claim on that. This is Johhny Phonte and my boy Def F on a song called Qina. Alright, boys, Nishayla, Johhny Phonte on production, and of course Def F on rhymes. Man, heavy. I've been a Def F and a Johhny Phonte fan for a very long time. In fact, since the days of ETC Crew. And what I'm loving is that even though the group is not together anymore, Def F and Johhny Phonte are still making music together. And it shows that even though they're further apart, they're still good friends and they still continue to do great things. That is something to be commended, because these days, friendships like that just break. And it shows you that, real musicianship and real camaraderie in music comes from being friends first before we are talented MCs. And that is something I want to commend first about these two dudes, man. Big up to y'all for making the good music still. Yo, I'm really digging this joint, man. This is proper Phonte shit. It's crazy. There's not really much to it. He just took the right parts of this joint and just made it work, as Phonte does. Johhny Phonte. I know. I'm really loving this joint, man. I'm loving what Phonte did on the production, and I'm loving what Def F did on the lyrics as well. Now, what I've picked up on this song is more of a motivational song than anything else, because if you listen to the name of the song first and foremost, it's called Qina. That means toughen up. It's a Xhosa word that means toughen the F up. Now, he explains how he has grown up and he has seen a lot of atrocities happen around him and people living through hardships but still making it out of the situations that they've been in and still managing to come out on top. So he explains that even at times when he thinks of quitting everything that he's pursuing, he thinks of all of those things that he's seen and that he's gone through in his own life and that he's seen other people live through, and there is no reason for him to quit, because if you can go through that shit, there is no reason why you should quit being great today. That's what I loved about the song, and that's what I picked up from it. Of course, Def F lays it how Def F does all the damn time, with super classic, pure, melodic, chilled out lyricism that we know him for, man. This is a great track. It's out now on SoundCloud. Dropping a link down below, as I usually do, so you can go and listen to it your damn self, man. I'm loving what this guy has done. He's doing some really great stuff. This is Johhny Phonte, by the way, doing some really great stuff in Sweden there. He's also produced stuff for Kill the MC from Jurassic 5, and is really stamping his name as a beat maker in the international world of beat making things. And Def F is still cementing his name in the acting world, in the rapping realm, and he's just doing major things. And of course, sticking with Def F, check out his sneaker and wine pairing hashtag on Instagram, where he's just showing how to pair good wines with great sneakers, man. Boy really got some swag game. I mean, I envy this boy for his swag. I know. He's really got some great swag going on. And if you couple that with the musicianship and the actorship and everything that he does all around the whole creative space, it's really incredible to look at, man. This is Qina. Alright, and get them more to another episode of The Corner Finish and Clar. I hope you loved it, and I hope you got something worthwhile from every project that I've spoken about. Of course, I will drop a link below to every single one of them, so you can go check them out in your own time, absorb, enjoy, and just bask in the greatness of this music, man. That is it from me. I will see you on the next one. But before I go, I need to remind you again, go get yourself this tea right here from David Tshabala. This is from the Dictionary of Cool. It's available in most Mr. Price stores. And let's support our own, man. This is how we're supposed to do it, and this is the only way we're gonna grow this culture of creative artisticism. Otherwise, I'm out. The corner fedile. Get your DVD. Believe in yourself. Hey, believe in yourself, my friend. I just tend to say I don't know what to do, because the credits are supposed to come up now. But otherwise, you're never the episode. But otherwise, someone got a t-shirt. Someone got a t-shirt. Someone got a t-shirt.